It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Good evening and happy 2026. Welcome to Friday Night Live. My name is Vince D'Alicio from the Varsity Sports Show, and we are continuing this show as a weekly wrap-up every Friday night. I am so excited. I'm excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're going to be talking spring sports, but number two, and probably more importantly than number one, is we're introducing a brand new team this semester. And to introduce them, our co-host tonight, Hannah Flanagan from ASU Cronkite, and also from Arizona State University Cronkite, Ethan Kinney. Hannah, Ethan, how you guys doing?
Good. I'm excited to be here tonight.
Same with me. I'm super excited to get started.
Awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time, a great semester, and we're going to be putting a spotlight on a lot of different sports and doing a weekly wrap-up, some preview stuff throughout the course of the next few months, every Friday night at this time at 10 p.m. So hopefully you guys stay up with us. We're going to go about 15, 20 minutes tonight. It's going to be fun. What I want to do is, before I turn it over to you guys, I want to ask each of you, Hannah, I'm going to start with you. This first week, how's it been?
It's actually been so much fun. I came into this a little bit nervous because I really wasn't know what to expect. And then when we went on Wednesday to the Saguaro game, it was so much fun, and I'm really just having a great time.
Awesome. All right. Perfect. And Ethan, you worked the game on Wednesday night. I had a chance to do some commentary, some interviewing, some production work. Any favorites? Any favorite moments?
I really enjoyed commentating. That was my first time commentating a basketball game, and I was really nervous at first, just never being on live before, but I felt like it sort of came naturally to me, and I sort of got in the groove as the game went on, and it was a really fun experience.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's kick things off. Ethan, I'm going to turn it over to you, and our producer tonight, Marla Mundo, behind the scenes is kind of managing everything. So, Ethan, go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, so first off, I want to introduce Nick Rashke. He goes to ASU Cronkite here with me, and he's going to be previewing some Arizona basketball, men's basketball in 6A. So, Nick, take it away.
Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Let's talk about some 6A basketball in the Valley. The first rankings for basketball by the EAA came out this past Tuesday, and we have some teams to look out for as we reach the interregional play in the first stretch of this regular season. Sunny Slope and Millennium sit 1 and 2 in the conference at 10 and 1 each, and are currently ranked atop both 6A and Open Division, which is going to be a play factor once we get to the playoffs. Sunny Slope has lost its only game in an early season matchup against one of the top teams in California, Redondo Union, while Millennium lost early in the year to Florida's IMG Academy. These two teams in 6A, they occupy the top spots in the 6A Central region, which is going to be very interesting to see as we go into this interregional play, where these two teams will play each other twice in this last stretch. Brophy, currently ranked 7th, are 7 and 3. They're also a top team in the 6A Central Division, and if, well, let's say Millennium and Sunny Slope face each other, they both beat, one of them beats each other, we could see some really interesting things coming down. After those top two teams, we got Highland and Sandra Day O'Connor, along with Mesa to round out the top 5 in 6A. Highland is currently 9 and 1, with their only loss coming to the hands of Mesa. Mesa, who is 6 and 1, have lost to Sunny Slope, while O'Connor, they're 8 and 2, and they've lost to Sunny Slope and Millennium. So we're seeing a lot of connections between these top teams, so it's going to be really exciting to see what goes on here.
Yeah, and out of those teams, are there any players that we should really be keeping an eye on out this year?
Yeah, so out of Mesa is guard J.P. Miles, who's scoring 25.1 points per game. He's shooting from beyond the arc at almost 40%, and he's looking like the leader for that team. The rest of these teams they're very much balanced in terms of their player rosters. They are working together, they're scoring together, and I really think that teamwork is going to be a big factor here going down the stretch.
Definitely. And if you had to pick one team to come out on top, who would you go with right now?
Currently, I would say probably Millennium. Millennium and Sunny Slope face each other twice, like I said. So whichever one of those teams come out on top between those two games, they're likely going to be the ones to look out for in the playoffs.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. That was pretty interesting there from Nick. Gave us a lot of insight on the basketball.
Yeah, and now we're here with Ainsley Pavicic, and she goes to UNLV, and she's going to be talking about Nevada 5A girls ball. So what do you think has stood out this season so far?
I think for me, it's sorry about that. And I think for me, it's definitely Bishop Gorman. No surprise, they are great at sports, and their girls basketball team is another part of their sports dominance. They sit at 4-1. They are currently ranked number 1 in Nevada, number 1 in their division at 5A, and they're ranked number 5 in the country. So it's definitely Bishop Gorman that is really keeping my eye on that.
Yeah, for sure. And is there any key players you think on there or just in the 5A round that have stood out to you?
Yeah, I gotta go with Bishop Gorman's senior guard, Aaliyah Spite. She's a key player for this Gales team. She is a captain, showing that she has key leadership skills. And plus, she averages over 18 points per game, which leads the team in all of scoring. And plus, she is a former Gatorade Player of the Year. And plus, next year she's heading to the University of Texas, and so we know how that program has built over the few years. Now they're ranked number 4th in the country, 18-2 record. So that is a player I should definitely keep my eye out on for this 5A team.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome to see girls ball representing 5th in the country. That's amazing. And a Gatorade player, that's so cool. So that was great. Thank you for joining us and letting us know about girls basketball.
Dina, and today we're going to be talking about the varsity basketball season that has been going on for a few months now. Today we're specifically talking about one team in the Valley, and that is none other than the Westview Knights. Last season, they held a record of 15-10. Cartier Flores led and averaged 16.8 in points per game for Westview, while Jordan and Julius both had an average of 12 points per game. Their current record as of now is 10-6. They sit 3rd in their region, right behind Deer Valley and Estrella Foothills. They're currently ranked 42 in the state of Arizona. Westview is 3-2 at home and 4-1 away, showing that they can handle the pressure and winning games on the road. This past Friday on January 9th, they defeated the Cactus Cobras 76-59. The Westview Knights took the court ready to defend their home floor. From the opening tip, the Knights controlled the pace, locking in on defense and attacking on offense. Big shots, fast breaks, and non-stop hustle kept the energy high all night. The Cactus Cobras battled hard, but Westview never let up. When the final buzzer sounded, the Knights stood tall. Westview basketball with a statement win. They only have 9 games left in the regular season. Their last game will be against the Peoria Panthers on February 10th at 7 p.m. Their next game will be up against Agua Fria Owls on Wednesday the 14th at 7 p.m. Again, my name is Mario Medina, and for more coverage on basketball or any other sport, tune into Varsity Sports Show. Thank you.
And welcome back to Friday Night Live, presented by the Varsity Sports Show, joined with our co-hosts, Ethan Kinney and Hannah Flanagan. Hannah, I want to ask you about this week in particular. Talk about a highlight in Arizona high school basketball. What was big this week?
That Saguaro game was huge versus Arcadia. I thought that was so cool. Just being back and seeing like high school basketball was really fun. I actually used to be a basketball cheerleader. So like watching that atmosphere, like the fan sections going at it and some like key standout players on both those teams, that was pretty cool to watch.
There was a big event down in Yuma this week with a basketball player from Maryvale. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, Stubbs. He scored 100 points in that game. That was incredible. I think he's one of the like 5 in the country to do that. So that's pretty incredible. And he was definitely pumped up after he got some interviews. And yeah, that was really, really cool for him.
I'll say. And Ethan, anything in particular stuck out to you about the week in review?
I mean, honestly, the thing that stuck out the most to me was that Arcadia and Saguaro game.
Yeah.
I noticed Arcadia had a freshman ranked really high, Jacoby Thompson, and that dunk that he had in, I want to say, the second quarter. I mean, that kind of spoke for itself. I feel like that got me out of my seat, even as a commentator. So,
it was a great rivalry game, and Arcadia came out on top in that game. But moving on in the show, Ethan, I'm going to turn it back over to you to introduce our next guest.
Yeah, so our next guest is Janice Reyes. She's a Cronkite ASU student as well, and she is going to be going over men's and women's soccer in Arizona 6A.
Yeah, so to start for the girls soccer 6A, we have the Castile Colts, who are currently ranked number 1 in the state. They are from Queen Creek, Arizona, and currently are at 7-0 and are undefeated. They just finished a game today a couple hours ago and won 4-1. Key player that's been kind of helping out the team is forward Sydney Lewis. She currently has 5 goals this season. Another player is Cajun Skinner. She has 6 goals this season so far. The goalkeepers as well, Ava Henry and Kendall Pachek, have been amazing with only few goals being scored against them so far this season. Some notable games that I wanted to mention was the first game of the season that they played against Mesa High School. They won 11-0. You know, a bunch of the girls were able to score that game. They got their feet out. And a big shout out to Ava Henry. She was able to block a couple of the goals. Well, all of them. They did not score any. So now to get back to the boys soccer, for our first place in the state currently is Sunnyside, the Blue Devils. They currently sit at 5-0 and 1 tied game. They started off their season in a tournament and ended at 5-1, only 1 loss. And some notable games that I would like to mention are the last 2 games they played. Last one they played was 8-0, and the one before that was 9-0. They're on fire. Yeah, and for the next game we must watch out for. They play the San Luis Sidewinders, and they are like tippy-toeing right behind them. They have a player to watch out for, Rodrigo Ortega. He has 4 goals this season. Well, 4 goals against one of his last matches, so they better watch out for him in the next game.
Definitely. I mean, some of those soccer scores are looking like football scores, but thank you very much for that recap. We really appreciate it. And now we're going to go back to Hannah, and she is going to introduce our next guest.
Thank you.
Yeah, today I'm also here with Nick Hill. He is another ASU Cronkite student, and he's going to be telling us about Arizona 1A through 5A basketball. So what do you think stood out to you this week with those games, players, and what to look forward to maybe next week?
Well, Hannah, a lot of great games happened today, or I guess the past week. As Joseph City and Williams played a game, as Joseph City was ranked number 5 and Williams was ranked number 10. And Joseph City made sure to take care of business that game at winning 77-64 there. big contributors in that game were Court Miller, who scored 20 points, and Jamian, I believe, Tizosi. I don't know if I said that right, but he scored 18 points that game. So they just made sure to let them know they're still the top dog as being ranked number 5. As for 2A, I would say Gilbert Classical versus definitely San Carlos was definitely the best game for 2A. San Carlos was victorious 51-46 in that game. San Carlos is ranked number 9 currently, while Gilbert Classical is ranked number 13. And there was no scoring box that I found in that one, but moving on, as Benjamin Franklin, who's currently ranked number 2 in 3A, played against ALA Ironwood, who's ranked number 14. Now, surprisingly, that was actually like a really close game. That game went into overtime, and ultimately Benjamin Franklin still did get the win, winning 59-54, getting good contributions from Ethan Sang and Talon Spire. Ethan Sang with 14 points and Talon with 21. As for 4A, the best game, actually, funny enough, I thought it was Arcadia versus Saguaro.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it was a great
Arcadia
game.
that was a great game. Unfortunately, Saguaro unfortunately did lose. They lost 73-84. However, what's interesting about Saguaro is they compete with like the top teams in their conference. Like just a couple like weeks ago, they like lost by 3 to Deer Valley, it was like 66-69, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us and just letting us know about all of that and basketball. Tonight we're gonna head to a commercial.
Basketball has quietly emerged as one of the top spots for high school basketball. Whether it's holding tournaments or having top prospects perform at well-known high schools, Vegas is a spot to be. Recently, there's been a surge of NBA talent from Las Vegas. From Coronado High School, standing at 6'6", a senior forward committed to Missouri State, he's averaging 14 points a game this season. Then going on to Liberty's Tyus Thomas, a 3-star senior guard, averaging 15.5 points a game this season. Right now he's uncommitted, but drawing interest from UNLV, Utah Tech, and Creighton. As we've seen, Mojave High School has recently made it up the ladder in the rankings of high school basketball in Las Vegas.
And sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there. It happens from time to time on this when you're live streaming. But anyway, welcome back to Friday Night Live. And we're actually, before we end the show, I just wanted to kind of go to each of our co-hosts, and starting with Ethan. Ethan, any favorite segments tonight? Anything that kind of gave you some insight?
Yeah, I think my favorite segment would have to be when Janice was talking about some of the soccer scores. I played soccer my whole life as a kid, and I mean, let me tell you, seeing games that are 8-0, 9-0, that's not very common, and that's just a sign of pure domination. So, you know, when a team is playing games like that, you kind of know that they're for real. So I would have to say that was my favorite for sure.
Good stuff. How about you, Hannah?
Yeah, when Ainsley was talking about the Nevada, like she's 5th ranked Gatorade player, I think that's really cool. And just like women representing well in girls basketball, I think that's awesome. And yeah, I think that was really cool.
Great. You know, it's fun, the opportunity to cover a lot of high school sports here in Arizona, but also in Southern Nevada. So expect more of that moving forward in the spring. So we're going to have a good time with it. Reminder, tomorrow morning, Varsity Sports Show, our new time, 10 a.m., 10 to 11 on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We'll be in studio. So looking forward to that. Jalen Higgins and Bentley Yank will be co-hosting with me in studio. And of course, our amazing live field correspondent team will be calling in, and some great guests will be joining us live as well. On behalf of our amazing team here at Friday Night Live, from our co-hosts to our field correspondents, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next Friday night at 10 o'clock. Have a good night, everyone. It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.